How's it going, guys? In this video, I want to share with you my top 10 Van Halen riffs. This is sort of a remake of a video I did 8 years ago where I talked about my top 5 favorite Van Halen riffs. Since then, my tastes have changed. If you want to watch that video and have a real nostalgia trip, you can click on that video just up there to see what my old favorites were. So in this video, I'm going to be sharing with you why I like these riffs, and maybe you'll get a little bit of an insight as to how to play them, since this isn't a full-blown tutorial. I'm just picking my favorite ones and why I like them. Very quickly before I get going, I'm going to talk about my gear. And in this video, I'm using the one guitar, which is my EVH 5150 Stealth. It's completely stock. I've not done a thing to it. It's just tuned down half a step for the video. On the floor, I've got my BLACKSTAR AMP3, which is supplying me with all of my distortions. I'm not going for an exact brown sound. I don't really care about that, just as long as I can play the riffs vaguely well. Then I'm going over to my YAMAHA THR32, which is supplying me with all of my effects, my reverb, and my chorus in this case. And the details, which is where the devil lives, I am using Dan's Guitar Store precision picks, which are available on Amazon. I've talked about these a lot already, but also are now an integral part of my setup are his new cables that he has released. Dan's Guitar Store's patch cables and conventional 1/4-inch guitar cables. They're really cool. They remind me actually a little bit of the old Spectraflex cables with this really cool blue design. They're really well made, bomb-proof, and are available on Amazon, so definitely check them out. This list is in no particular order, but kicking things off, we've got AFTERSHOCK from the Balance album. This is the only Van Hagar riff in the video, and I absolutely love this because what Eddie did so well was make the simple stuff really effective. In this particular riff, you take an E minor chord, then all you would do is flatten the 5th, then get to an open A, and you got those little fills in the middle. And there's another bit that nobody talks about, which is this really cool sort of cue that triggers the rest of the track off. Because it's normally masked by the flanger. Then it goes on. Absolutely brilliant track. Before I forget, it's got a brilliant intro as well. That absolutely love that AFTERSHOCK. This is a fairly common choice, but we all love it. Feel Your Love Tonight off Van Halen 1. And what's cool about this is you get various different recyclings, if you like, of the riff. You've got the main part, which we all know. Then the use of thirds. And then cool little fills in the verse as well. Then when you get into the breakdown, you've got that. Absolutely class riff, Feel Your Love Tonight. That is Loss of Control from Women and Children First. What I love about that riff is that muting on the low E to start. And you only get that just by lightly making contact with the low E there. Then the main riff, you've got that A chord. Then it goes to a D chord. Then you take that pull-off pattern. upper string. Now, what's really good about a riff like this is that teaches you, if you like, to have a more of a Van Halen-y finger tone. It's not just about the notes you hit, it's the way you attack them. For example, when you do a hammer-on and pull-off, you've got to slightly squeeze those notes as if the string is under stress. That will really help you in all walks of life, and it will also help you with your finger tapping as well. But if you want to talk about lead playing, look in the description box below, you'll find my Van Halen course. Shameless self-promotion. Somebody Get Me a Doctor from Van Halen 2, probably my favorite David Lee Roth era riff, would you believe it? And what I love about this is it's got all of the same chords that we all know. You don't have to do crazy stretches to play it. And some really important details in this riff that a lot of people miss when I see them playing it online. You've got a lot of people just chug the way through it. Don't play any wrong notes, but they miss a really important detail, which is this little in between. And then another thing a lot of people miss as well is the vibrato. Listen to it without. Then add the vibrato. Really important to making that riff work. Gives it that swing and fun sound. All I'm doing there is just flattening my index. Just bending the D and G together. Really cool. Somebody Get Me a Doctor. Hear about it later from Fair Warning, one of 2 Fair Warning riffs in this video. What I love about this is not only have you got really simple chords, but the melody's fab. You've got this. Go from an A to a B. Then sliding up to form a G chord there. So D major. Then you add over the top there, that 4th. Absolutely great riff. Not much to say about it apart from really cool progressions there, and it's really good for your muting as well. That's what makes that riff work. A lot of people play that open, which still sounds cool, but muting is what makes it work. Very cool. Love that. Unchained. There's not much to say about it. Really cool, great recycling of the same chords to form the riff. I absolutely love it. It's so cool. Then, probably even better than that is the verse riff that follows it. Such a cool riff. That's Light Up the Sky. Now there's a lot more nuance to this track than a lot of people would think at first listen. You've got the bass note bleeding into the chords on top. You're keeping it going the entire time, and a lot of people play that with downstrokes as well, like your fastest James Hetfield. And in doing that, you actually end up killing the cool part where the notes bleed into one another. Light Up the Sky. This is a hard one. Hang 'em High from Diver Down. Now what you've got in that main intro riff there, which sounds really simple, but it really isn't, you've got not only string skipping to contend with, but you've got odd numbered pickings, if you like. You've got 2 hits on the bass note and an upstroke or a downstroke, depending on which time you're going round, on the highest note. Really hard to do, but once you've got it down, it's a really helpful picking pattern to have. It's great for your lead line. Definitely give that a whirl. Can't get this stuff no more. The whole song is brilliant, but my favorite riff in that song is the verse riff. This middle pickup, or middle pickup position. You pull off, vibrato, then you get this really cool thing. Love that chord there, and you've got a little nuance thing where you've slid up. You pick that G string and slide up to the 11th. The whole song's good. I mean, even the intro, that... The whole song is fantastic. I could go on and on and on about that because it's one of my favorite Van Halen songs ever. Can't get this stuff no more. This is one of my favorite. House of Pain from 1984. It sounds totally different to any other track on the album. It's just got so many cool parts in. Absolutely love that. And also there's that really cool little breakdown in the middle. Great song through and through, and a wild solo as well. Another honourable mention before we go. Amsterdam, off the Balance album. Absolutely brilliant. Loads of cool stretches and ideas. Great chords as well, especially when you get into the pre-chorus section. That such a great track, and a lot of you will probably know, since Eddie passed away, a lot of footage has come out of Eddie writing stroke practicing that in the studio in the mid-1980s, which is really cool as well. You Google it, you'll find it very quickly. Those are my top 10 Van Halen riffs as of right now. As I say, this is a remake of a video I did 8 years ago, and times have changed, my tastes have changed, and my love for Van Halen is still really, really strong indeed. And if you want me to do any more top 10 videos like this, I've not done them for a really long time, and I really enjoy doing them because it forces me to practice way more, and it makes me think really hard about what's really inspired me. So if you want me to do some more, list it in the comments. Thanks very much once again to Dan's Guitar Store for sending out these incredible picks and cables to try out. There are links to his Amazon page below if you want to check some of this stuff out. If you have any further questions, please leave a comment below, and I'll see you again next time. Bye-bye.